This is kind of a larger area, though. Gotta make sure we feather some of this out before it dries. Soak up some of the excess, some of the deeper areas. I'll probably relayer some of the middle sections here later with some Buckman's Glow again, but it should be good. Yep. Now we just need to do the tip. What they don't tell you in the clickbait videos on YouTube is that you still need to learn by experience and trying and failing. Yeah. That is very true. Just don't make mistakes, though. Life's much better when you don't fuck up, guys. The only problem is that you kind of need to fuck up to not fuck up. You can kind of paint over it, though. Like, as long as your paints are not, you know, gooping up any details because you've, you know, made it too thick. You can kind of... You can just paint over stuff. Mini painting is relatively forgiving in that sense. The only problem with mini painting is that you can't, like, Control S. And, you know, like, hot save it and quick load. That'd be nice, but... What's up, Grimdy? Eliminator isn't here. Did you eliminate him, man? No, I gotta work on that. Good morning, Grim. Hope you're doing all right. A coat of varnish can be like a Control S? Didn't consider that. There's a little bit of the tail poking through some of the fabric. We have to wait until this dries. You're plotting, but you wanted to wait for them to be here? You're plotting? Oh. Do I do it now? What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing in the chat? Do I do it now? All right. Let's let this dry. Whatever it is, do it now, dude. Why would you wait when you can do anything right now? Why put off something that you can do right now? I don't know what we're doing right now. This is like anti-procrastination.
Low hot plateau, how half the chat feels during a Lowko stream.
How half the chat feels during a Lowko stream? Did you guys synchronize your, Oh, it's half of 106? No, it's not. Never mind. I thought for a second it was a joke with 58 and 100. Numbers, math, it doesn't work. Thank you very much, though. Grimby, 106 months of support. Woo! Thank you very much. And thank you also, Wargunner, 1997. Oh, what the fuck is that emoji? Grimby, what is that? Oh, God. Oh, God. All right. Ay. Thank you, Wargunner, for the support as well. I'm sorry that Grimdy dragged you into this. You're just jerking it? I'm thinking I'm gonna maybe add some of this wash as well to the eye recess. I want to add a little bit more, like the same to the lower eyelid. Okay, Chad, we have to be a little careful here though, because this is dangerous. I want to smudge the rest of the face. I want to do it on the eyeball and then also the lower eye socket in particular. Or the lower, whatever it is, like this little lip. Jeez. Grimdy, what the? It's Monday, Grimdy. It's not Thursday. Lowko's chat is horny again. Right. Jeez, Grimdy. Mom, can you come pick me up? Grimdy is in the chat again. Mom? The crazy man's here again. What do we do about it? Okay, we need to wait until this is dry, but it's not gonna take very long. I think I want to do like a relatively bright spot. Thank you, Grimdy, for having restraint. I want to paint like a little edge, a little lip on the bottom eyelid. It's very tricky to see, but is that visible? Yeah, we want to add a little tiny line over there. If I can. I have a very small brush. This is my smallest brush. The only downside of brushes this tiny is that they generally, you gotta be kind of quick, you know? Because paint will dry on the tip. You don't want to have a dry tip. Grimney can tell you all about that. You wish you had Lowko. Wait, I had to flip? No, we're good, man. Thank you, though. You have a dry tip, too? Right. Can I fix my fuck-ups? Me when miniature painting. Can I unfuck my fuck-ups? I do want to do like a little bit of a fade on the tail. Can I maybe add this a little bit more manually to all of the darkest areas? Well, thank you for that, Grimdy. That was beautiful, man. Heartwarming, to say the least. You have so many more. Oh, that's amazing, man. What emoji is that anyways? Like, whose channel is that? That sounds like something that should probably not be on... I'm gonna say that the Twitch probably will not allow that. They just haven't gotten around to removing it yet. Lowko, what if you had to pick a Chaos God as your god, which one would you pick? Oh, it would be between Nurgle and Slanesh. It passed the check? A jorking emote? It's called jorking. Okay. The problem with that one, Crispy Taco, is that I don't know how to pronounce it. What's up, Echo? Okay, we gotta be very careful here. I wanna try. Add a little tiny highlight along the eye socket. This is a near white. It's the brightest color that I've put anywhere yet. I think it's okay. There's too much shit on my brush, even though it's a tiny little brush. Okay. Okay, good. So I'm trying to do it at the bottom of the eye socket, but also on the bottom eyelid itself, which is very small. I don't know how visible it is on stream, but I feel like it's... Okay. I'll have to try and get a little bit more of the wash into the eye recess, but... That's good. Same for the other side. Make it just a little bit more reddish, a little bit more pinkish. Okay. Sorry. Was there a lot of hair on the stream? Sorry. The playlist we're listening to is from Epidemic Sound. The tavern music playlist. Although this one isn't very taverny. This one is sick though. This is the tavern after happy hour. Yeah, it's a very excited tavern. Are you having fun, Grimby? Are you doing Echo? Okay. Okay. We're getting there. Why are eyeballs so tricky to paint, chat? Is it because of the eyeballness? Or is it because of the eye? Or because of the size, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, that's good, that's good, that's good. Don't touch that, Lowko. Okay. The only problem with this is that I don't actually want the eye to be too red. I want to add like a bit of a yellowish tint to it. So I think this is good. I want to add a very small dot and then an even smaller dot. I think I'm gonna do some of this, which is a bright orange, and then we'll add like a tiny little dot of like yellow. Humans have a very fine sensor for derpy eyes. I know, dude. This is a problem with evolution, man. We evolved to look at other people's eyeballs. How about we all just decide to look at each other's, I don't know, elbows instead? So eyeballs don't become such a pain in the dick to paint. I should shake this. No, it's got regular eyes. It's got regular circular eyeballs. Goat eyeballs are insane, dude. Like, if you ever look in the eyes of Cyril, oh, chills, first off. It's a void, dude. It's incredible. Aw, what's up, Frostcoy? And a tickle an eyeball. Okay. We can work with that. This is probably the tiniest detail on this entire guy. Oh, jeez. The fuck? I want to get some new paint. Decided to slash some orange all over the base, apparently. Sick. Okay. Paint is a little too liquid. Sorry if my hair makes an appearance on stream when I paint this, guys, but it is a very small detail. I like the other side better. I need it to be mostly symmetrical. You once met a tattoo artist that specialized in tattooing blind people's eyeballs? The fuck? Blind people get eyeball tattoos? Never considered that. Tattooed eyeballs are, yeah, very creepy. Do blind people feel pain? Sure. Blind people would feel pain in their eyes, yeah. It's a different nerve. This one looks much worse. Can I get just a tiny amount of this? Yes. The top section of the eye socket, I am not happy with. Also, I fully realize that nobody is ever gonna see this shit. But I care. Yeah, a little bit of shadow in here is good. Okay. So we still have to add one tiny little yellow dot into those eye sockets. I think I'm gonna add a little tiny bit more orange to the other one. Yeah, we kind of want it to be a little bit more symmetrical. Either I make the other one smaller or this one slightly larger. Okay. In 10 years, you may not even be able to see it clearly. Yo. Are you saying my eyesight is gonna get worse? Yeah, you might be right. Maybe one day my eyes will suck ass. Like, not literally, of course, but like, you know. Maybe that didn't need clarification. I want to also do another shade towards the tip of the tail. What's up, Roba? Yeah, we'll do some Maggle's purple, I think, for that. While we wait for some of this stuff to dry. So this is a little bit more of a purpley paint. Where's my Maggle's purple? Whew. We still have to do the scariest part of the eye. A tiny little yellow dot. Maybe in 10 years we can have android eyes? Are you saying we might be able to become like the Mechanicum? You know? I love that idea. You're right, Frolskoy. Okay. One big brush of contrast medium. Not cleaning the brush because I'm not gonna waste any. Are you insane? And we'll mix this in with a little bit of Maggle's purple. So I want to bring this down to about in between these two bangles, meaning that I want to paint in the entire top section. So we'll do that first. Make it look a little bit more purpley. And we'll have to do a bit of feathering over on that bottom area, but I want to do like 2 coats of this, but the first one is going to go down to about right over here, and then the other one is going to go down to about right over there. So we want to have it more concentrated towards the tip. But not just on the tip, you know what I mean, Chad? Okay, so we want to feather it out on the middle of these two, right about right over here. So I want to paint in these sections. And I want to clean the brush and then try to wipe off some of the excess, which is pretty nice for contrast paints, because they in general make feathering relatively easy. So clean brush, and we wipe off some of the excess right around right here. Maybe feather it out just a tad, but mostly just trying to wipe off the excess while it's still wet. Okay, and then we'll let this dry. So hopefully we get a little bit of a purpley transition towards the tip. And more of like a fleshy color over here near the base. Can I wipe off a little bit more? And you can see it dries pretty quick. Finger came to the rescue. Okay. Let it dry. And then we'll do the same for like the outermost section. And hoping this is gonna be visible. If it's not very visible, we may do a more extreme version of it, but trust the process. I may do actually like 3 coats. We'll do like 1 over there and then 1 towards the very tip. Yeah. We'll see what it looks like when it's fully dry. Back to the eyeball we go. So this is just the tiniest little dot that I want to add in the very center of yellow. Just a tiny, 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 tiny little dot of yellow. What's up, Psycho? It's gone pretty well, I think. You tuned in just in time for the tiniest section on this whole miniature. And probably one of the more important ones. I'm gonna try and leave a... I don't want it to be too diluted. Okay. Other side. How visible is that? Very hard to notice, I think, but it's seeable. Like you can see it in real life. Can I zoom in the camera a little bit? Let's see. This is as far as I can zoom. Here's the eyeball. Can you see that? Thing's good, no? The other eye socket is not as defined somehow. A tiny little boop of yellow, yeah. I think it's good, I think it's fine. That'll make him look a lot more... It's really small, yes. Like here's my thumbnail. It is very small. Whew, okay. Whew. Very nice. Is this the Great Horned Rat itself, or did the Skaven get gigantic? This is the Prophet of the Horned Rat. So this is the latest miniature they released for the Skaven. There's a lot of little ratty boys running around on the base as well that I'm trying to paint up a bit too. But this guy is indeed very large. I'm not planning on painting any clan rats. I don't have any clan rats. I just have this miniature. I don't want to paint an army. I'm just painting one guy. A very large guy, but just one guy. But yeah, this guy's way bigger. You're absolutely right, than the average Skaven. I love this mini though. It's so sick. No, I've not tried any StarCraft miniatures. But honestly, the quality of the Games Workshop stuff is hard to beat, man. It's really good. We did that. Let's do a little bit of base coating as well while we wait for the till to dry. Before we do a second coat, or a little bit more towards the edge. Let's do a bit of base coating as well on some of the other details. I want to grab a bit of skeleton bone, which is like a A beige color. You don't know quality until you try Gundam? Yeah? Is the Gundam quality insane? Yeah, I'm not really big into mechas myself either, but... stuff is absolutely bonkers. I want to use this color to base coat the teeth, the hoofs, the fingernails, and the tiny little horns on some of the small rats as well. I don't really know exactly, like, is Gundam really that much better? Like, I don't really see what could be much better on plastic quality than the Games Workshop stuff. Like, what is better about it? It seems insanely good quality, but maybe I'm wrong. What is that, Gabe? Kind of in the middle of painting. Do I have to alt-tab and check it out? Is it urgent? Not urgent? Okay, okay. I think we probably need like 2 coats of this. 2 thin coats of paint to cover the nails and the teeth and everything else. By the way, if you guys are new here, don't forget to hit the follow button. I stream pretty much every day. If you really enjoy the stream, you can always subscribe too. It's what allows me to do what I do for a living. But of course, completely optional. We are going to be switching to some gaming as well in a little bit, of course. Going to wrap up some of these base coats, I think, and maybe do another coat on the tail. Then we'll do some gaming. I honestly don't hate the current color of the nails, but I feel like they are just a little bit too similar to the fingernail, or like the fingers themselves, you know? Like, we want them to be yellow, but this is a little bit too dark of a, like a brownish yellow. We want them to be gross. But I feel like there might, yeah, a little bit of color variety would be good. Maybe fingernail painting is very popular, you know, in Skaven culture, I don't know. Oh, okay. Gundam is true push fit? Interesting. How expensive is Gundam? I guess it's really expensive, huh? Even more expensive, I guess, than the Games Workshop stuff? Let me guess. Gundam is Japanese? I don't actually know, but this sounds like something that the Japanese would do. Insane quality. It's always, for some reason, the Japanese, man. If you want something that is done really, really well to an incredible standard, it seems to be Japan, where you pretty much always end up. It's cheaper than Games Workshop stuff? Oh, okay. 160 euro for one Gundam wing? That is expensive though. That's significantly more expensive than Games Workshop, but... I mean, Games Workshop sells some expensive stuff too, but that's not plastic, that's resin. Yeah, in Japan they do tend to like make really high quality shit. Like random tools that you never really think about, that they somehow, you know, we've been making scissors for 7 generations now. Like what? I get my scissors at IKEA, like what am I missing out? Turns out they've made a beautiful pair of scissors that you can also buy for like 185 euro. And you're like, what? I don't need this, but I kind of want it. That's me whenever I come across a random YouTube video about the Japanese. Some sort of tool making. Yeah. You once visited the 17th generation master of making pins for the kimonos of the emperor? That's the type of shit I'm talking about, man. That's incredible. That would never work in Western culture, I feel like. Just in general, it would never happen. I love it, though. It doesn't happen too often, I guess, that people do what their parents did. I mean, it happens, but... I've never been to Japan. I feel like it'd be awesome. I feel like a lot of people are going to Japan. It's become very popular to go and visit Japan over the years. It's becoming less and less of a thing from what I've been seeing. A lot of old artisan places are closing down. A lot of younger folks moving to the city. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, life's hard, man. Hard to make a living if you, you know, make incredibly highly specialized tools that people will, like, that's the problem with high quality tools, right? Like, they don't break. So you get very few repeat customers. Which is a blessing for the customer, but bad for business. Yeah, for like bakeries and painting and that sort of thing, I guess it works, right? Because they, you know, people have to get bread. People have to have, you know, they have to paint their homes, but for a lot of stuff, it doesn't really work the same way, I guess. Like your 7th generation scissor maker is gonna have a hard time paying bills. Gotta design plant obsolescence? Ah, don't we just love plant obsolescence over here? Huge fan. I may have to check out some of the Gundams at some point, man. It sounds fun. People don't really paint Gundams as much, do they? Is this like a big thing as well? I don't really know much about Gundam, if I'm being honest. I don't really love the large mechas. I've seen them in like the background of PewDiePie videos. That's about my extent of Gundam knowledge. Maybe people paint them with like an airbrush or something. People do paint them? Okay. It's mostly the building though, right? Gunpla is a huge thing in Asia? Okay. Gunpla is the company that makes Gundam, I guess? Sorry if I ask very newbie questions, but I have no idea. Yeah, maybe they're more focused on the Asian market, but I don't know. My friend painted his with plate liners, etc. You don't need to because the plastic is colored, but it looks way better. Yeah, you could do a really nice job on mechas, I guess, with especially airbrushing. Airbrushing makes like really smooth gradient transitions pretty easy. I'm by no means an expert, but I feel like it wasn't super hard to do on the Leviathan Dreadnought that I painted recently. I feel like I could do a better job now. I would go slightly brighter on the highlights than I did on the Dreadnought, but... On Dreddy. Bandai's the company, the same people publishing Tekken and Dark Souls? Oh, what, really? They sell the miniatures? Or whatever they call them? Huh. I know somebody at Bandai. They give me games sometimes. Can I be like, please, sir? Can I... Please, sir? Can... I don't know. Small world? Yeah, man. They don't really seem to promote that stuff nearly as much as you'd imagine, but... Wait, they sell actual... Do they sell actual Warhammer? Or sorry, actual... Dark Souls and like Elden Ring type of figures? Because I feel like that would be a no-brainer, man. Like if you are in charge of those companies, a lot of the or like a lot of the bosses from, well, for example, Elden Ring, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, and whatnot, they would make phenomenal miniatures to paint. I would imagine maybe they would have to, like, they have obviously all the 3D models, right? They could like refine them and adjust them for painting, but it would be very possible. It is very cool, dude. They look amazing. I wouldn't mind painting anything like that. That's... Sounds very fun. Snails are kind of tricky to get to. This will require a couple of coats. Have to wait for a minute or two until that's dry. I'll paint in the hoof over here too. He's only got one hoof. Poor guy. Well, I'm assuming he's got another hoof, but it's underneath that skirt somewhere. A dress. Underneath the dress. What's up, Rumpus? There's another hoof. Actually, that's not correct. I built this miniature. He's hollow on the inside, just like me. I'm also empty. Yeah, it sucks, but it is what it is. What's up, Andy? I'm like a jelly donut without filling. Yeah, I'm like one of those shitty jelly donuts where like the filling is just a tiny little pocket all the way in the middle. And you're like, my God, man, I've been hoping for the little splash of sweetness. But you just keep eating and eating and eating and it's just dry dough. I identify like that donut. Yeah. It is what it is, man. You kinda want a donut now? Yeah, I haven't had a donut in months. It's been a while. Maybe in a year, dude. Not since the free donuts. Remember the free donuts? We used to have donuts on stream all the time, but I haven't had donuts in ages. Oh, it's raining outside. It's pouring. Woo, okay. Rainy weather is perfect for donuts? You're just looking for excuses now, dude. You can go get a donut, it's fine. Hot coffee and donuts? Oof. A proper American breakfast. Maybe if I just say donut 3 times fast, Mickey, it'll happen. Donut, donut, donut. What about cronuts? I mean, I'm not picky. Okay, let's do our second coat on the tail. Of the Maggle's purple contrast mix. We don't need as much this time around. I only want to go down. So the previous coat of the purple mix has gone down to about over here, and then I feathered it out. The next one I probably want to go down over here, and then like one close to the tip, I think. So we don't need much, but I will make a fresh little mix because the other one's already kind of dry. Will be more than enough. So the tip can take the full amount. Probably right until about here. It'll be at least reasonably quick. I went one too far on the bottom, but that's okay. Okay. Then we gotta feather this out right over here. By lifting off some of the excess and blending it out, giving it the little blendy blend. I'll clean the brush. Lift up some of the excess. Lowko needs to play Outer Wilds. Outer Wilds is in my top 5 of all time best games. I have played Outer Wilds. I wish I could forget Outer Wilds and play it again. That game is excellent. If you have not played it, I can highly recommend picking up Outer Wilds. It is one of those games that you should definitely be aware of. It doesn't really make sense when you know the game, like when you already know the game, to go ahead and play it. I did do a full playthrough of it. That playlist is up on my second channel, including the DLC. But yeah, it's very good. Highly recommend it. I loved figuring stuff down, or figuring stuff out in that game. It was very good. Doki Doki Literature Club was spoiled for me, yeah. I don't really know how big the spoiler is. But it seemed significant.